a lot of people have heard the term trust, particularly property investors. Most property investors that I have met, and I have met a lot of them, don't really understand like what actually is it? Like what actually is a trust? Is it a company? Is it some how would you define a trust in its purest form?
So that's a really good question, Gus. And it's amazing how many people have trusts and still don't understand what it is. So a trust is not a separate legal entity. It's actually a relationship. It's a relationship with between the legal owner of something. So it's the relationship between a trustee, a beneficiary in respect of property. So with a company is a legal person. You and I, obviously, we're legal people as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not both lawyers, but we're people. A trust is not a person. A trust is a relationship. And that means that if you got income or profit gains in a trust, it's not taxed in the hands of a trust because a trust is not a person. It's either taxed in the hands of the trustee or taxed in the hands of the beneficiary, depending upon what you do with that money.
All right. So, at risk of going really complex here, because that's a very interesting thing you pointed out. So, I am a person, and you are a person in all legal pretense, and a company is also a person in legal pretense, correct?
Yes.
Right. But a trust is a relationship. So it's basically it's like it's like saying it's like having a relationship status between a financial mechanism. Is that kind of a understanding? Am I sort of saying that in a layman's terms well enough? Let's break that down because you say a trust. And like a trust, the way I think about a trust is I think about it like a bit of a bucket, right? I'm like, it's a container. That's the way I think about it. And I might be thinking about it incorrectly, right? So, but you're saying it's a relation. It's basically the bonding relationship between two entities. Is that easiest way to
In
think about it?
respect of property. So
In
you got
respect of property, but when you say property, do you mean real estate or do you mean
any
any
property,
owned property? So
property of the trust.
yeah,
So
so property could
if
be
you,
intellectual property, it could be shares, it could be any.
it could be money. So
Yeah,
often when you set up a trust, the initial property is a settlement sum.
yeah,
So that money actually needs to be handed over by whoever settled the trust, set up the trust. Otherwise, the trust doesn't exist.
yeah.
So the trustee has legal title to the property, but it's held for the benefit of someone else.